Welcome back to another Porsche car whisperer video. If this is your first time checking out my channel, my name is Mason Gilchrist and I cover everything Porsche. And today I'm bringing you guys a really exciting topic, which has to do with something called FOD, or Function on Demand. Now this is the ability to download new functions to your Taycan. So today we're going to go over what are some of those functions that you can download and exactly how do you initiate the downloading process as soon as you're in your Taycan. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start here on the My Porsche website, which is where you're going to see a lot of information about your Taycan and maybe some of the other Porsches that you may own. So I'm going to go ahead and get logged into this account. So just going to take me one moment here. So based on your particular Taycan, the My Porsche website will tailor the FODs, or Function on Demand, depending on your car's particular equipment at the moment. So the car that we're going to be going over has 3 FODs available to it. So I'll show you guys right here exactly how that works. So I'm going to go ahead and click here on the Taycan. And in the My Porsche website, it's going to give you a lot of information on your car. You can change the vehicle name, see how far the range is, current mileage. There's a lot of really great information here on the My Porsche website. But what we're interested in is the what's called recommended connect services. So here it's going to give us maybe some items that we haven't already added to the car, and some of these are going to be FODs. So, but I'm gonna go down here to the bottom, and it's something called Discover Services in the Store. It's going to give us this very similar look, but it's just going to show it a little bit differently, and I like how it shows it in here. So we're going to go to something called Function on Demand tab. So go ahead and select that. And on here, it's going to give us 3 FODs for this particular car. We have the Active Lane Keeping, Porsche Inno Drive, and Porsche Intelligent Range Manager, or PIRM. But there's a 4th FOD that is available for all Taycans, depending on, of course, the car's particular equipment. So the car that we have today already has Pdls Plus, so we cannot, of course, add it again. But we're going to go here to a different tab so I can show you guys exactly what is Pdls Plus and how you can download these functions. For Pdls Plus, it's a really great feature. It actually is going to help your headlights swivel a lot more, and it's also going to give you speed-dependent headlight control. The faster you go, it's going to actually raise the beam up a little bit higher, just so you can see further when it's really, really dark. A great example of this is here in Orange County, we have something called the Ortega Highway, which is a really, really treacherous stretch of highway. It's really windy, and it's really dark at night. So as you're going around those bends, the beam will actually turn, and depending on your speed, will even raise up a little bit higher, just so you can see further ahead in case there's a deer or something that is all of a sudden crossing over the road, and can potentially help you miss some big hazard that all of a sudden comes out in the middle of the night. So on here, that is what Pdls Plus does. Now you'll notice there's 2 different things here, something called the monthly contract or the unlimited contract. For the monthly contract, you can try out a feature just for a short period of time, see if you really enjoy it, and then of course you can download it for unlimited later if you would like. So here you'll notice that you'll get 3 months free to start, and then it's going to be $41 a month. Or if you want to download it one time, it's going to be $1,705. And as soon as you download it for that unlimited contract, this is going to be something that's going to stay with the car forever, which is really, really cool. So if you end up selling the car later down the road, that new owner will also be able to enjoy this feature that you have now added to your Taycan. Let's go ahead and see what other features are available for this beautiful cherry metallic Taycan that we have today. So I'm going to go ahead and start actually here at the bottom with something called the Porsche Intelligent Range Manager, or PIRM. But what exactly does this do? Well, I'll give you an example. Let's say we're going to be going to Las Vegas, and it's going to take us 2 stops to get to Las Vegas. We have to charge twice, and we're in the normal mode. But with this Porsche Intelligent Range Manager, it may suggest that if we turn the car over into range mode, and it will also limit our speed as well as some of the air conditioning settings, it'll help conserve the power that maybe now we'll only have to stop once on our way to Las Vegas, and that's going to save us time. And of course, we all know we can't get time back, so this is a really cool feature that you can download if you're going on those longer road trips, and it can really save you time. So you'll see here we have the monthly contract, of course. For this one, we have it's either $12 a month, or there's the unlimited contract that will stay with the car forever for $474. Now, we also have something called Porsche Inno Drive, which is a really, really cool feature, but there is some preconditions that we need for Porsche Inno Drive. The biggest thing is we need to have the car have adaptive cruise control. So the particular car that we have today does have adaptive cruise control, but not Porsche Inno Drive. So that is a big one for the Porsche Inno Drive, as well as the active lane keeping assist, which we'll be talking about here in a moment. But for Porsche Inno Drive, it's a really, really cool feature. Of course, for Porsche, we're all about the driving experience, but this really helps and takes a lot of navigation data into account for when you're going on those longer road trips. So if you guys want to check out a video I actually did on Porsche Inno Drive, go ahead and check the link up here above, and you'll be able to get a little bit more in-depth video about exactly what is Porsche Inno Drive. For example, let's say that you're going here from South Orange County and you have a driving school up at the Porsche Experience Center in Los Angeles. It's about a 45 to 50 mile drive, so that's pretty far, and you have a lot of traffic because you're going every single Thursday. So it's gonna make it a little bit monotonous as there's a lot of traffic during those times. So what this does is speed up and slow down as the traffic ahead is slowing up or speeding down, and it's also going to take navigation data into account. So let's say that a big bend is coming up, it's going to automatically slow the car because we can't be going super quick around bends, and it's also going to take in speed limit data, which is actually from the navigation. If the speed limit is 60 or 70 miles an hour, with Porsche Inno Drive, the car will automatically know that you need to keep it under that limit. Now, of course, you can override it if you want to go a little bit faster, but that is something that's really, really cool about Porsche Inno Drive and how that differs from adaptive cruise control. We have the monthly contract and the unlimited contract. So if you wanted to use the monthly contract on this, let's say that you were going to that driving school and that's only for 3 or 4 months, you could just add it here for a short period of time while you're going through a lot of that traffic. This is a great, great feature to add. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go back. We have one more, and that is something that's called active lane keeping. That goes kind of hand in hand with the Porsche Inno Drive, and in that video I discuss exactly what is active lane keep. It's going to do small little steering inputs to keep you in the lane, but you still need to keep your hands on the wheel. Just makes it so you don't have to be maybe quite as attentive as you're in that stop and go traffic to that Porsche Experience Center driving school. So this is a really, really cool feature that you can add as well. And of course, I would highly recommend adding all these features to your Taycan, of course, depending on how you're gonna be using the car, either via a trial period or for the unlimited portion. We're gonna go ahead and add one of these features to the car, and I'm gonna go ahead and add Porsche Inno Drive. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back. We're gonna go to Function on Demand once more, and I'm gonna click out Find Out More. So today I'm just going to do the 3 months free to start, and then I'll start paying $24 a month. So again, if you want to check the preconditions, there is the preconditions for active lane keep and Porsche Inno Drive. So you'll see this here. This function requires adaptive cruise control in the vehicle. And for now, the function on demands are not available for model year 2022, but that'll be going away as soon as they get approved. So we're just going to go ahead and go up. And I'm going to do the monthly contract, then I'm going to go ahead and select Express Purchase. It's going to take in a moment. We've got the Porsche Inno Drive. Of course, we have those first 3 months are free, and then it's going to be $24 a month. So I'm going to go ahead and go to checkout. We've got the billing address. Of course, you have to have a credit card. If you don't have that in there already, you'll have to add that. We got our order summary. So, of course, we have to accept all the terms and conditions, otherwise we're not going to be able to download the FOD to the car later. So I'm going to go ahead and select Purchase. So as soon as you purchase this FOD, it's actually going to send you an email, which is going to confirm that we have downloaded the function on demand. Now, as soon as you purchase the FOD, it's going to be available to download for 30 days. Now, there's a couple things you need to make sure of before you go out to your Taycan, before you can download the FOD. Some of them we're going to talk about here, and a couple of them we're also going to talk about as soon as we get into the Taycan. One of those being you should make sure that your Taycan is at least 60% charged. The car is not connected to Wi-Fi, and it's also not connected to any type of charging, either if it's Electrify America or if you're charging at home. So you want to make sure that you do not have any of those things set up when you're downloading these FODs, and make sure that you're at least at that 60% state of charge. You can see here there was an email confirmation sent to the email. And now we are ready to put the Taycan in a safe spot and have it download. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys exactly how do you do that. So I'll go ahead and see you guys in the Taycan. Okay, so now that we're inside the Taycan, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how do we initiate the downloading of Porsche InnoDrive to this Taycan, and how long is it gonna take? Well, we're gonna find out here in a moment, but there's a couple things that we need to check before we can actually initiate the download. One of those things is you wanna make sure that the private mode is inactive or deactivated. It should be, but just something to check, otherwise this download will not be successful. So to check it, you just go over here to the right and you press that icon there. You wanna make sure private mode is inactive, and on this car, it is at the moment, which is great. I'm gonna go back here to the home screen, and I wanna check and make sure that the integrated SIM card has a good enough signal so we can initiate the download as well. And to do so, we wanna go here to the devices screen. I wanna go to these far right 3 little dots. We're gonna go here to do a data connection, and then integrated SIM card. And here we're going to check and make sure that we have a good enough signal to initiate the download. So we have 3 out of 5 bars from Verizon here in the United States. So I'm gonna go ahead and press X. Just a couple other things that we wanna be mindful of. We need to make sure that the battery is at least charged to 60%. You're not connected to any type of Wi-Fi, as well as any type of charger. If you have any of this stuff, this download will not work. So just keep that in mind. So now to check and make sure that the download is going to be there, we want to go down here to updates. And just like that, there is the Porsche InnoDrive download, which is awesome. So here on the instructions, it says to please park the vehicle. You have to press the home button for at least 1 second. We'll get out of the car, lock it, and it will initiate the download. So it's pretty much saying everything that we just went over. And it says here that's gonna approximately take 10 minutes to initiate this download. So let's go ahead and initiate the download. I'm actually gonna go ahead and press the on-off button for 1 second. Things are slowly starting to power down. And as you can see here, it says goodbye. Remember to take your smartphone. And it has this extra little excerpt that we usually don't see where it says function on demand available. It's gonna activate after we lock the car, and it's gonna approximately take 10 minutes, and the vehicle cannot be started during this time period. So we'll see you guys as soon as the download completes. Press the lock button. Okay, so it's been about 10-12 minutes since we last locked the Taycan. We're just getting into it for the first time. So I want to check and make sure that the update was successfully completed. So we're just going to go here to updates. And it looks like the activation was successfully completed. So now this Taycan has Porsche InnoDrive, and it's so simple and so easy. And it only takes about 15 minutes probably from actually purchasing and logging into your My Porsche and then doing the actual download here on the Taycan. So it's a very, very cool thing that we can now download up to 4 different functions here in the United States. So I wanted to take a moment to thank the Porsche Cars North of America Connect team, as well as Calvin Kim over at Porsche Cars North America, as well as Matthias from Porsche Germany for allowing me to use one of their Taycans so we could do this function on demand video for you guys. So I really appreciate you guys watching these videos. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.